and then, I'm a stick with my guy Bateman. You know what? We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Listen, Rashod Bateman was a victim this past season. He was a victim this past season of not getting the opportunities that he. I mean, hell, for a quarter of the year, number one, didn't have a starting quarterback. Number two, had a terrible offensive line. So on top of not having a quarterback for a quarter of the season, damn near, he also had backups playing with the likes of Daniel Faalele and Andrew Voorhees,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, where were the opportunities supposed to come for Rashad Bateman, who is, by the way, third, fourth option in the offense behind Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, arguably Isaiah Likely, you know what I mean? And whatever one-off receiver that the Ravens get, veteran receiver, last year was D-Hop. So where was Rashad Bateman supposed to fit in? Need I remind y'all, he was top 10 in touchdowns just the season prior, right? And had some spectacular plays. So I don't think that it's time to hop off of the Bateman train at all. I don't. I really don't. I definitely do believe that he deserves another shot because, like I've been saying this entire episode, Alex, if you can fix the O line, that improves the productivity of so many other players, including Rashad Bateman, because Lamar is going to have more time to go through his reads and progressions to get to Rashad Bateman. Rashad Bateman, as we know, is a great route runner. He can route dudes up, no problem, and he can get open. Separation is not a huge problem for him, but you got to get receivers. Wide receivers need to be in some sort of rhythm. I mean, if the guy's only getting 2 targets a game, what do you expect him to do? And that kind of messes with the psyche of a wide receiver too. Like when you're not getting the ball, right? When most you're probably getting at most 3 targets in a game. What does that do for your psyche as a wide receiver? You kind of get checked out, you know? Whereas you see guys who get in kind of like a rhythm, like some of the best in the league. And I don't mean to compare these guys to Rashad Bateman, but look at the likes of Jamar Chase, Puka Nakua, Justin Jefferson. The reason why they are able to get so hot is because they know the ball is coming their way. So I don't think that it's time to move on from Rashad Bateman at all. But what say you before we get to the super chat donation here in the chat?
JD says he's a victim. Where's his love? Where's his support? Um, oh boy. Obviously I want him to succeed here. I'm on the fence. I'm at the point where I feel like it'll get to the point with the Falele, like his mistakes and mishaps will be just having big magnifying glass. He has one drop all over Twitter, one drop
Yeah.
all over social media, and I'm on the other point. What can you trade him for right now? What are you going to get if you were to trade him with his contract? A seventh round pick, a seventh round. Like is that worth it? Now I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't want it to be just be Zay and Bate. I would love to get somebody else with him. I'm at the point you might as well keep him. There's really low value. But I'm not on the trade thing, Bill. Get the jail real quick. He says, in my honest opinion, the Ravens' priority should be the offensive line. My expectations are very low. I cannot believe Sutton Dev is pumping up number 7. I mean,
But like,
I'll
why can you not believe that? I don't understand. Like, it's crazy how we turn so fast on
yeah,
some of these
write him
guys. You
off.
know what I mean? Like, people were all on me for criticizing a guy like Zay Flowers, who gets the volume that Rashad Bateman does not. And often, again, like we mentioned, Zay Flowers, a lot of times in this past season, would finish between someone with like 3 to 5 catches a game, 50 to 65 yards, somewhere in there, maybe 70 on a good day. He started to heat up towards the end of the season there, yes. But he wasn't really scoring any touchdowns. Again, started to heat up towards the end of the season. He had like maybe 2 or 3 at the end of the season, 2 in that Steelers game, I remember, in week
Yep.
18. But, like I feel like, again, with the amount of volume that Zay Flowers gets, we should be getting more out of him. So I'm just imagining here, if Rashad Bateman was afforded more opportunities, what could we see from him if we started to actually gain this guy's confidence and invest in his confidence in that way of getting him the ball? Maybe Declan Doyle, him being such an analytical guy, will really look at Rashad Bateman. I'm sure it's got to be fascinating for Declan Doyle, the curious case of Rashad Bateman, and like why the Ravens haven't been able to really truly unlock this guy. If I'm Declan Doyle, Rashad Bateman just became my passion project. right? Like,
Mm,
I am going to find a way to get this guy involved because number one, he's got all the measurables. He's got the height, he's got the speed, he's got the length, right? He's got the 50-50 catchability. We've seen it before. I mean, he's got all of the everything that you would possibly want from a wide receiver to be a number one wide receiver. I mean, he just needs the opportunities, right? And again, we can point to those drops throughout. Last season he had a couple bad ones, especially the one against the Steelers on that 3rd and 4 or whatever it was that really kind of turned the tide. Um, again, I think a lot of that comes from not having the volume, not having just being in a rhythm. You're not in a rhythm, so
yeah.
I don't know, man. I think Declan Doyle can definitely get more out of him. Thank you so much
Yeah.
again, Gerald, for your super chat donation, making it rain here with a 20 piece here on this episode 383 of PRP. Be sure to like the video, guys. Over 200 people watching live right now. Shout out to the replay gang. But Alex, what you got for me?
I don't see what you gain out of trading him because now you have another hole receiver wise. I think you can still add to the receiver room. I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong, but I think he's a damn good red zone target if you give him the volume, if you draw up the plays, and you're losing likely. There's a target gone. So do you want a whole new offense with a whole new OC, or do you want some remaining guys? That's kind of where I'm at right now. I still think he can give us at least 700 yards, 5, 6 touchdowns. I'm cool with that. Very cool with that as receiver 2 or 3. So we'll see. It's a whole new offense, and I think I'm willing to give guys fresh starts, with new guys. So we'll see how this goes. I actually pulled up DK Metcalf stats. We were talking about receivers and contracts. I did not realize DK had 850 yards last year. That would surprise me.
I mean, he had some of his biggest games against us.
Like imagine if we would have traded for him 850 yards, and his best games were against the worst defense, damn near the worst defense in the league.
I would have been a huge fan of getting a DeKalin Zacharias Metcalf, right? I mean, he fits the prototype of receiver, that the Ravens fans have been begging for the past I don't know how many years, right? But he's
Yeah,
big body, strong hands. He's actually got some speed, a lot of speed as well. I mean, I think probably one of your most viral videos on your channel is of him chasing
yeah.
down Buda Baker, right? I mean, like the guy's got he's a freak athlete, So I would have loved to have DK Metcalf, and you saw kind of like why I would feel that way when you watch the Ravens games against the Steelers last year. I mean,
Yeah.
he kind of bullied us, dominated us in a couple of big spots in those games. So, especially in the first half of the first game against the Steelers, I mean, he was just crushing us. But, yeah,
Everybody was. Everybody had their games against us. Everybody had their best games against us, unfortunately.
for sure. For sure. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat here. I'm seeing a lot of Bateman slander, and I do not like it. Glaucoma says Bateman, Charmin, ultra soft. That is crazy. Let me see. Void says he is supposed to be a wide receiver 1. We took him round 1, and he's ends up with Tylan Wallace numbers.
Oh,
Again, I think this is mismanagement, though. I think this is mismanagement. I think what you're going to see out of this new Ravens coaching staff with Jesse Minter and Declan Doyle. Again, Jesse Minter and Declan Doyle, these are two very, very bright dudes, right? They are going to look at a Rashod Bateman and say, huh, so you're telling me this guy has all the measurables you would want out of a wide receiver 1. The year before last, he was top 10 in touchdowns, but the Ravens haven't truly been able to unlock this guy's full potential. And what do we do? As again, Declan Doyle and Jesse Minter, we maximize guys' potential. So again, that's why I say I think Rashod Bateman can really become a passion project for both of those guys. Because obviously Jesse Minter being the head coach now, he's not only going to have his head in the defense, defensive meetings and things like that. He's going to be talking to the offense as well. And I have all the confidence in the world that if Bateman is on this team going into next season, they will find a plan for him. He's going to get back to being a red zone threat, a deep threat, which, like, again, both of those things he was last season. Don't sleep on Bateman, y'all. Please do not sleep on Bateman. I mean, he's got the tools. Don't act like he
the dip.
doesn't.
By the dip. I mean, can't really go much lower than it already is. So,
Yeah.
fortunately. But we'll see. I mean, I think he's just a guy right now that whatever he does is going to be a huge uh, microscope on him. His highs better be really high because if he has one drop, it's not going to be good. It will not be.